All right, Melissa, 4:03 the current time. As you can imagine, I'm following Melissa's radar, and here it is right here. Boy, look at this live shot. Let me get my big self out of the way. That is I-85 rolling in and out of Norcross up around Jimmy Carter and Beaver Ruin, and that's not just rain falling, folks. There is some standing water out there on those roadways. We've got to be careful. And remember, today, the 7-day travel forecast pegs today as the busiest travel day with us since noon all the way till 8 o'clock. And of course, that downtown connector is going to be one of those hot spots in both directions. But right now, I'm keeping an eye north of the perimeter on 75, 85, and Georgia 400. And as we just saw, I-85, it is a full house, condition red on 75 and 85. And believe me, 400 is not that far behind. All right, more people than ever expected to travel this Memorial Day weekend. 11 Alive's Karis Belger is live in Midtown Atlanta with a look at what people around the metro are doing and what you should know if you're traveling this weekend. Hello, Karis.
Hey there, Crash. Well, millions of people are expected to drive and also fly during this weekend. Folks I spoke with say that money is definitely a factor when it comes to budgeting for their plans, but they say they are definitely willing to make it work if it means they can get out of town. Around 1.2 million people will take an extended drive this holiday weekend, according to AAA. Kayla Glover is one of them.
I'm filling up to travel to Macon right now.
The price at the pump, she says, seems pretty consistent, but she still likes to hunt for the best price.
I do travel between cities, so I noticed that in Columbus it's one rate, and then when I get to Atlanta, it's another rate.
And with the holiday weekend in full effect, she wants to try and beat the rush so she won't burn as much fuel. AAA spokesperson Montre Winters explains the logic is pretty standard for Memorial Day travelers.
Everything is expensive right now, so it makes more sense for most folks that if they're going to be traveling for this Memorial Day weekend to travel by car.
Sonia Klein stopped to fill her tank before catching a flight to see family in Ohio. Hitting the road was an option, but
a lot of the times, you tend to want to drive because you feel like that's the cheaper option. But by the time you add up the gas price to get there and the food on the way, because of the length of time, it's about the same as a flight.
And she still anticipates a rush. Officials with Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport predict 2.5 million people will make their way through the airport's terminals by Monday. But both Sonia and Kayla say they're willing to spend, within reason, to make it to their destination. And of course, Memorial Day weekend marks the unofficial start of summer. It's expected to be an especially busy travel summer this year. And I happened to speak with both women who say they have extensive travel plans in the works for later in the year. But I'll have more on this holiday weekend coming up on 11 Alive News at 5.
All right, we will see you at 5, Karis. Thanks so much. And for more news on what to expect when traveling, as well as what businesses will be open and closed this weekend, just text the word holiday to the number right there, 404-885-7600. We'll send the links directly to your phone.